Good morning, 9:02 a.m. on Monday, February 5th, 2024. Let's see if I get this right. I was scrambling trying to put something together that I wanted to do. I have sort of had two premieres scheduled for today, and this other one just wasn't working out right for me. So here what I've got is how to fix managed by your organization, a premiere at that one's at 12:05. And why doesn't that show up there? I thought that would show the time there. And then I was trying to do this one, not a trailer. This is the Leonard Skinner that I was having, that I got that copyright notification on, that I showed on Friday and then explained on Saturday how I was confused. And so this one, I just changed it to be a premiere. They're showing 9:45 a.m. Yeah, this one shows 12:05 p.m. So this one, not a trailer, 9:45 a.m. And then I was trying to get to where I could redirect to it, and YouTube was not cooperating. So I'm going to try it again. Edit, customization, redirect. Oh, it's because I kept going over this page to try to find it. It's on this page. Of course it is. Duh. All right. So that's going to take it to that one. Now I'm going to change it to unlisted after the premiere runs in order to be able to redirect you to it. I just changed it to be public, but it's going to get a copyright notifications, and I don't want to confuse the YouTube algorithm by thinking that I'm doing Beat Saber and music. But that's a longer Beat Saber video with Freebird, and it was fun to put together. I hope you'll enjoy it. It's purely just entertainment. If you're not interested, then don't watch it. Okay, now let's go look at channel comments. I just enabled.
I am Groot.
I just enabled desktop audio, so maybe some speaker messages were not coming through. I'll take a quick look and see if there are other speaker bot messages. Nope, just Martin's. Well, now I'm looking at those wrong. Is there anything else you're trying to get my attention to? Nope. All right. I did not actually just read through chat. I was just looking for exclamation marks. Greg M. Theo Joe mentioned this speed test that one can use on a LAN network. Open speed test, self-hosted speed test to test throughput through your network. Thought of that when you had abysmal upload speed on that internet connection near the end of the stream, and that was for Tim Cruz's internet speed. We could just have done a transfer of a large file through the network, but this speed test would have been a better way to do it. And I should grab that so that I can quickly get to that. So I'm going to hold on to that comment. I'm not going to thumb up and heart it just yet. So it'll stay on this screen so I can come back to it and follow up on that probably later today. Matthew Barnes, I have a question about Windows 11. I had an issue with a Windows 11 laptop that wouldn't print. It would come up with an error message, something along the lines of couldn't connect to printer. The error not important because I fixed it by doing something or other. I think I removed the printer and added it again. That fixed it. That's probably about the best approach you can take. My question is, one of the things I tried was running the Windows troubleshooter for that printer, and there was a message at the bottom of the page that said, this troubleshooter is being moved. I'm curious if this will actually happen. As you may remember with Windows 10, when you open the snipping tool, for a while, a message would come up saying the snipping tool is moving, and as far as I can tell, that never happened. I think that did happen. Thanks, Doug, for all your work. There's that other tool name that's similar. What somebody's got to give us in chat what that other tool name is, the successor of snipping tool, and I think I like the snipping tool better. Martin Hogg asking, would traceroute on command line not show any bottlenecks? Yes, but probably not the bottlenecks that Tim was having, because his bottlenecks appeared to have been happening between his computer.
I know the best thing to do with that Windows 11 printer error, but you may not like it.
Okay, Chris, give us the rest of that comment without the speaker bot, please. And Rand Israel, Snip and Sketch. Yes, that is the successor name to snipping tool, the Snip and Sketch. Yeah, so that did move. Oh, traceroute. That's what I was talking about. Traceroute is going to show if there were problems between hops to the destination, but his that problem that we were showing on Saturday was between that computer and the router, and we established that when we did use a different network adapter. It would have been interesting to try a traceroute just to show that I don't think it would show the problem, because that's going to show the hops from the router through the rest of the internet, and that doesn't show. I'm not even sure if it shows a hop from the computer to the router. If it does, then that would have confirmed that. So that would be interesting to have seen that. Now, Tim still has his built-in Ethernet port. We certainly could try that on another Saturday. Okay, so do I want to thumbs that up yet? Hey, I'm going to hold on for that for a little bit. Maybe cue that up for next Saturday. Matthew Barnes with a $2 whatever that, 2 pounds, I think. Something for you. Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate that. Now, where am I going to go to next? I did not get this set up before showtime. I was distracted working on something else. I don't have any emails configured for today. And did I forget to flag something? Oh, let's see. Yeah, Martin Hogg sent a couple of emails. And let's see, there's Sam Lazar sent one about yeah, he was saying here, he found this video to be better than what was suggested in the live stream. Let me know what you think. And I have that one saved in my favorites. And this was a custom ISO for Windows 10. And let's see, which one was this? I wound up not liking it so much because, what it was is for doing a decluttered, debloated Windows by using this tool. See, this would have been better if I had preset this up so I could get right to that tool. He's using Nlight to bring in the software NT-Lite. Oh yes, NT-Lite. That's what he's using to debloat Windows. Well, that's fine for debloating all the background stuff that Windows has running. I never bother with that. As he says in that video, it can cause some side effects or complications down the road. And to use it to install the apps that you want for your end user, that's only going to work if those apps are set up in a way, have an installation file that will work in conjunction with this. So I didn't care for that so much myself. Now maybe that method is useful for you, Sam Lazar. But yeah, I didn't find it so much. And then there was another one. Yeah, I did not get those flags properly for today's show. Am I going to find these others? See, Martin Hogg had a couple. think it was 2. Why am I only seeing 1 here? Oh, that's right. Yeah, he sent an email through saying, just thought you might enjoy this short video. It was, let's see. Yeah, Carrie's driver's install tips. And I replied to him. It was really short because there was no link in there. And then he sent the follow-up to that. And again, I'm struggling to find it because I didn't have it set up properly here. Yeah, it says easy and free driver backup and restore walkthrough tutorial. I don't feel that I have any pain point needing help with drivers. So I have not watched that yet. I'm going to go click on that link, see what it brings up. And I think he said, yeah, it was a Carrie Holzman video. 13 minutes long. Good. Somebody else recently gave me a over 2-hour video that Carrie did that somewhere in there includes some topic that no, I didn't have time to watch that to try to figure out what you were trying to tell me. I don't even remember who that was. But here's easy and free driver backup and restore. I just don't feel any struggles or pain points related to drivers. So I'm hard pressed to imagine how that's going to be attractive, but I will check it out. Now I'm going to go over here and see if I had other bookmarks set up for today. Come down on my bookmarks. Yeah, here's some flagged bookups. Flagged bookmarks. Open all 5 of those out here. See what those were about. Oh yeah, this was a Brightech for creating a custom image with applications. Now it's about halfway into the video where he gets into doing the custom image, and this method I didn't like either. So the first half of the video is all about creating virtual machines. You don't have to do virtual machines when trying to do a Windows 10 image or Windows 11 image with applications pre-installed. And he uses DISM to create the image file. That just seemed far more complicated to me than it needs to be. Because what I'm seeing, and I need to test this to verify that, yes, indeed, this will work, is what I want to use is sysprep on a computer, and I'm going to try it on an actual in-service computer. And then boot Macrium Reflect from a thumb drive, a sysprep, and then shut the computer down. Use Macrium Reflect from a thumb drive to create an image, and then restore that image. I mean, it just seems so easy and simple by comparison to these other methods on these, both Brightech and the, what was the other one? Whoever it was. So thank you. Cyber CPU Tech. Yeah, I'm not a fan of either of those currently. See, this was Brightech's video on the subject, and this was Cyber CPU. I mean, I like both of those guys as content creators, but, and I've already said a few times that, yeah.
The DISM method is to create WIM file that can fit into Microsoft's other deployment tools.
Yeah, Rand, but I wouldn't have any need for that. That would be fine perhaps in a corporate environment or an OEM environment, but not for my environment. All of these tools have certain use case scenarios where they would be ideal. So let's get that out on the table. But they're not attractive in my...
Your choice.
Yeah, they're not attractive in my environment as far as I can see. Not even from a choice, not even from a preference. You know, I use Macrium Reflect by preference because that's what I'm familiar with. Some of you like Acronis because you like it and you're familiar with it. But as far as claiming one is better than the other, I don't see that justifiable. But these different techniques, I see that they could be objectively determined to be better for certain use case environments. than the others. So I bristle a little bit at even saying that it's a choice. It's my use case scenario. I think those options don't make sense. So then here's the SysPrep overview, and I didn't really have anything I want to talk about on this. Now this remove app provision package, this seems to me a rather complex way to remove some of that background stuff. And if you're looking to do this, I think the method that Cyber CPU is showing here is a much better way to do that.
To be perfectly fair, until Windows Vista 7 SysPrep's documentation clearly stated intended to be used with third-party imaging software.
Let me come to the chat room for that because I didn't quite comprehend. Let's see, pop out chat. To be perfectly fair, until Windows 7 Vista SysPrep's documentation clearly stated intended to be used with third-party imaging software. Well, perfect, great. That even more documents my intention to use it with third-party. See, now I'm trying to remember. Brightech was using virtual machines and then installing the software that's desired, and then I believe it was SysPrep and then using DISM, which at that point, once you've done SysPrep, I think third-party imaging software is a better way to go. And I did not know that SysPrep's documentation actually stated that. Nlight was the name of the program. I believe did slipstreaming for us way back in the day. The name just popped into my head this morning. That must have been painful. Okay, sure, Doug. 831 is the first chat message visible there. In OBS, that is the same first message. Nothing better than Fab 4. Beatles was the trailer that played before the show. Hello, Alice. Hello, Mike Wojcik. Martin, hi, folks from Erie in Scotland. 11 degrees centigrade. It should be hi, y'all. Alice, John, my weekend and Alice's weekend. Pretty okay from Alice. Mike and John sold a couple of computers over the weekend. One pre-built and one custom. Well done. Nothing better than cash in the hand. That's 858. Come back up here. Excuse me. Rand Israel, Selden Ball. Chris Garrett. I'm doing something today. Me too. What a coincidence. And that something is absolutely nothing because doing nothing is something. Absolutely is. How can anybody, you say, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Not true. It is not even possible to do nothing. You're sitting on a couch. You're walking through your house. You're standing in your front yard with a hose. It's not possible to do nothing. You're standing still. You're lying down still. That is something. Daniel Emberley, hello. Now that I have a spare desktop on hand, I think I have ensured the other two will never fail. That's it. That's it. That's right. The same symptom, the same cause and effect that happens when a client calls me saying their computer that won't do such and such. I connect remotely to their computer and they can't show the symptom. It's not misbehaving at the time. You take measures to cover for a certain situation, and you don't wind up needing the situation. Just like car insurance. You buy car insurance and never wind up using it. Was it a mistake to buy it? No. The reason you never needed to use it is because you bought it. Squirrels all over the place. Speedy C was with us in Fortnite this morning. Daniel, local utility seems to regularly send out bills just before shutting their payment systems down for several days for system improvements. Martin is Groot. Wood. Martin Hogg. Wood. I am Groot. Wood? I don't know what the wood is about. Josh is here. Jeff from Rainy, Las Vegas. Rainy here in Fresno. Would trace route on command. Yeah, we already talked about that. Let's see. Did Chris give us that? Install Windows 10. You got to laugh out loud for me, Chris. That's got to be a good thing. Yeah, Snip and Sketch. Hexona finished her games. Nick is back from vacation in the Dominican Republic. Is that what DR is? Or is it your doctor's office? Hope everyone is doing well. SpeakerBot stuff. Did I turn those off? I did not. Am I catching them before they come up a second time? They'll come up every 15 minutes. Yep. I think that's 15 minutes I have that set on. Richard Rogers. I was distracted doing nothing. Hellos between the peoples. Windows is bloated? No way. John Williams, find out if Tim has a desktop switch between the router and his devices could slow down his speeds. We did ask that, and he does not. He had a direct Ethernet cable between the computer and his router, and it was a Cat 8. And another thought that I had, yes, Cat 8 is cables are backward compatible, but is it possible that his computer might have had a network adapter driver that needed to be updated in order to be completely compatible with Cat 8? Could there be anything about that adapter built into the computer that was not adequate for Cat 8? Now, when he moved that Cat 8 cable to his other computer, he had good upload speed. The other computer had no problem with that cable. I think he was actually moving the cable from one computer to the other. And he was also having the problem on Wi-Fi. No, wait a minute. What was about Wi-Fi? No, his Wi-Fi speed was good. Not great, not outstanding, but that also tended, am I remembering that wrong? Seems like his Wi-Fi was also, it was better than the Ethernet, but still not up to the speed that he got when he used the USB Ethernet device. And then he was saying he has another Ethernet USB adapter that he wanted to try, and I suspect that's because the one that he was using was perhaps old or questionable. Hello, Paul, 1961. Dennis is live. Nick Poverman, Revo Uninstaller Portable can help you remove Microsoft bloatware. The bloatware methods we were going after was creating installation media for Windows that did not include the bloatware. Revo won't do that, except that you could use Revo to uninstall things and then do the sysprep and imaging. But there were some other things that this registry tweaks, is that what that was? Oh, no, I went on to the registry tweaks. That was a separate. Do I have them back? Here's create a custom Windows 10. I want to say this is the one where the bloatware utility that he uses actually also deals with things that are in with scheduler, scheduled tasks, automate unattended settings feature, scheduled tasks. Yeah, it goes for scheduled tasks, does some specific registry tweaks, does some drivers. So it goes deeper than just what Revo Uninstaller would do, because Revo Uninstaller is going to be going after the apps. I don't think it goes after these other elements. So this was a significant thing. Now, if you wanted a computer that would absolutely start up the fastest possible, this would be a way to do it, because there are some things in the background in within this Windows operating system, like, I mean, even it had Oh, the clipping tool, you could stop, you even Windows Update, stop it from doing its automated things. There's just a whole lot
Rufus
of
for custom install of Windows.
system services that you could disable. Rufus for custom install of Windows. Yes, you can use Rufus when you're creating an image with Rufus. It does a lot. I don't think it does as much as NT Lite does. But Rufus is good for creating a custom Windows installation. And I haven't done it. I don't need that. I don't need that level of customization for my clients. Not arguing against anybody who wants to use it, because that would mean you have a use case where it's sensible. What I am interested in doing is for my clients' offices where they have a suite of software that we use for them, multiple different softwares. I want to take one of those in-service computers, and I'm very interested in doing the sysprep and then imaging to another computer, but not interested in removing Windows bloat from their computers. That's not a pain point for them. Maybe useful for old computers where fresh drivers are no longer available on the net. Oh, okay, for that driver's program. That makes sense. And that's another thing I wouldn't be involved in. I'm not going to be setting up old computers for clients. I do have some clients who are maybe using old computers, and we allow them to stay around for a while, but never run into driver problems with them. Hello, Zavi Minor. Let's see, we looked at that already. Lawn Dog, okay, Doug, with all the notifications I'm getting about today's program, I'm confused. I saw something you're doing like 45 minutes, something you're doing later. Yeah, I have a redirect at the end of this show that will take you to it's a Beat Saber, and it's a longer video, and it's I think it's kind of fun. I had fun making it just for entertainment, and then it'll be going unlisted after that Premiere runs. I'm going to set it.
Rufus will let you
unlisted.
skip Microsoft account.
Okay, Rufus will let you skip Microsoft account. All that saves me is when I do a Windows 10 or 11 setup, and it gets to the point of Microsoft account, I just put in the email address a@a.com, put in a password, it fails, and then it lets me put in a username. Whoa, that's not much pain. That's not enough pain to go deal with Rufus. So that'll be a choice. I always miss most of the discussion here. It sounds like you're talking about virtual machines. I probably stimulated that conversation. No. I will catch up and listen. To be perfectly fair, yeah, we already saw that. Nlight was the name of the program. I believe did slipstreaming. I've heard the term slipstreaming offhand. I don't know what it is. Back then, it was mainly Ghost. Oh my gosh, I remember Ghost. There was another one that we ran from diskettes. Ghost and Carbon Copy. Ghost and Carbon Copy, running from diskettes, 3.5-inch diskettes. I think maybe even 5.25-inch diskettes to clone one computer to another. Yeah, ran Israel. There you go. Flash to the past. Hey, Bobby Warren says, hey, Doug, Tim, have a tech scheduled for the 20th at 9 to 10 a.m. Central Time. The 20th of February. Oh, a tech. Sounds like probably a Spectrum. I think his service is Spectrum. He has a technician coming out 9 to 10 on the 20th of February. Hello, Sin Vicious. Bobby Warren, they told me and him on the phone the upload at 5 megabits per second. Don't quite, are you saying it's supposed to be 5 megabits per second? We saw better than that on Tim's system on Saturday. Hurt my ears like a firecracker. What's that in reference to? Oh, the virtual machine? NT Lite is the successor to Nlight. It was for 2000 XP. Nlight is the newer. So I'm guessing Slipstream is making a slippery operating system, thin, lightweight. skipping through a little bit. You got my doing nothing as a something joke. Yeah, I got it. Oh, Dominican Republic. He was there for 10 days. Nick was. Bobby to John, the tech is coming next Tuesday. Well, that's much sooner than the 20th. 20th. That's quite a ways away off. That was 15 days away. It's not next Tuesday. Port on the router could be wonky. I don't think so, because when he plugged in the USB to Ethernet adapter, I believe he moved that same cable, the same Ethernet cable to plug into that. So it'd be the same port on the router. Doug, I have experience on some machine over the years that sometimes the throughput for data from the internet is significantly slower than it should be. To me, it's driver related. Yeah, it could be driver, it could be hardware. It could be that network adapter is not capable faster. My fabulous Windows 7 machine, after one update many years ago, had worse internet speed no matter what I do. To remove the driver, I couldn't fix it. It would always come back. I think what I'm trying to say is the drivers can really screw things up if they aren't made correctly. I actually bought an add-in Ethernet card, and everything was fine. Yep, I've gone that route many times. I think what I'm trying to say is the drivers can really screw things up if they aren't. Oh, I read that already. Yeah, and I carry Ethernet adapters with me, USB adapters, internal adapters for use with client computers. I haven't had to use one of those for a long time. How are we doing? 9:33. I'll stick with it a little while longer. Martin says, remember the song, I'm busy doing nothing, working the whole day through, trying to find lots of things not to do, busy going nowhere. I'd like to be unhappy, but I never could find the time. I don't remember the song. Let's see. Song, : paste that, see if they show us. Bing Crosby, doing nothing, Bing Crosby. Is that a Bing Crosby song? Looks like it. Spectrum's coming next Tuesday. That's Bobby saying that. The one odd thing about the driver that I wasn't happy with was the upload speed. It could be cut in half, should be around 11 megabits per second or gigabits. Just technician numbers don't.
Doug, slipstreaming terms is for injecting drivers into old Windows version.
Okay, well that kind of makes sense. Slipstreaming, that word sounds like it's for injecting something into something. Slipstreaming. I'm trying to think. It seems like that word is in aviation. Slipstreaming. Slipstreaming aviation definition. Airstream, the stream of air forced backwards from an aircraft. Oh yeah, of course. Got that. Z says, I need to compact PST file once a month, automatic, without involving human. Does Outlook do that automatically? Are you asking for suggestions how to do that? Or are you just, there's a question mark at the end. I need to compact PST file once a month without involve human. All right, so how about a scheduled task? If there's a command line method for compacting a PST file, then you could create a batch file and run that as a scheduled tasks. Let's see. Command line for compacting PST file. Zavi says he didn't find any. Did find any. Probably didn't find any. How to compress an Outlook PST using command line.
I remember Outlook having an auto archive feature.
Yes, auto archive feature, but that's different than compacting. How to compress Outlook PST. Compact is built-in function. It's not realistic to implement it only on the command line because there's no similar command in Windows. Huh. Well, maybe somebody watching this video later will put a comment on the video if they have an idea how to do it. But a quick Google search certainly doesn't do it. What about we haven't tried this fellow for a while. Chat GPT. This is, oh, what are you doing here? I don't want that. Better. Usually that would just go straight in and let me ask a question. Here we go. How can I compact a Outlook PST file from a command line so I can schedule it to be unattended? Not a straightforward built-in feature. PowerShell script. And schedule the task. All right, so let's go look at this. However, you can achieve it using Outlook's command line switches in combination with scripting like PowerShell. Basically, create a PowerShell script. Here's a general outline of the commands. Outlook new object, specify path to your PST file, open the PST file, compact. So there's a command, looks like for compacting it. Disconnect from Outlook, run the script, schedule the task. I'm not reading through this in detail, as if he's completely capable of pursuing that if he thinks that is a potential solution. And you can certainly go back and pause the video for anyone who wants to pursue that.
I will try this.
Zvi says he will try it. Great. I'm eager to find out if that does anything. We don't, Chat GPT doesn't give us great solutions very often. Maybe. All right, I think I'm, let's see. I've got that redirect for a premiere that's running at 9:45, and I think, does it have a trailer? I'm not sure. I'll just scan through these. Oh, Bobby says the guy's coming in 3 weeks, right? Yeah, all right. I'm going to go ahead and shut down, and I'll read through the rest of those later. Where do I want to go? Let's go over here, and I'm going to get this queued up to click in stream on in the studio. Yeah, there's the email address if you'd like to send a question or for something for me and or the chat room to follow up on. You can send it to the email address or put a comment on any of my videos or ask a question in the chat room. And if you don't have approval in the chat room, you have to put a comment on one of my videos requesting chat room approval. And as long as I can identify that you're not a little troll, then you'll get that approval. Have a great day, everybody. Catch you later. Goodbye.